Welcome everyone to this JavNet video. My name is Reese Brittle. I'm a senior developer at FBD Associates. In this video, I will demonstrate how to use the FBDA SYSTRANS Auditor tool. SYSTRANS Auditor tool is a desktop Java application that can be run on any workstation. This allows it to be easily delivered to a customer or a partner to be run on site. The main use of this tool is to get line and module counts and any missing modules in the natural code. And this allows us to produce a more accurate estimate for a JavNet conversion. The input to the SYSTRANS Auditor tool is one or more sysobh files in transfer mode. The sysobh utility produces the same output as the deprecated utility named SYSTRANS when used with the transfer option. In this video, we won't demonstrate the JCL execution and the transfer of the files to the workstation, as these are explained in the code extraction instruction document provided with the SYSTRANS Auditor download. We'll start with the sysobh files provided as part of the SYSTRANS Auditor delivery in a file named Sam's Demo. We'll start by unzipping the SYSTRANS Auditor download file to see what's included. Okay, the first folder I'm going to show you is the Sam's Demo. So this is natural source, 2 files in sysobh format and 1 in ADA rep. It will support an ADA rep for the FTTs. We have the SYSTRANS Auditor runtime, which is a Java jar file, the code extraction instructions, and we have the SYSTRANS Auditor user's guide. Okay, the next step is to actually run the SYSTRANS Auditor. So I'll double click on the jar file. Here we are looking at the SYSTRANS Auditor interface. Let's look at some of the options that are required to run the SYSTRANS Auditor. Firstly, there are 4 options called actions that can be selected when you're running the SYSTRANS Auditor. The first one takes the raw sysobh files delivered and produces a single sysobh per library. This is important for further analysis. Action number 2 loads the modules ready for scanning. Option 3 actually scans for missing modules. And finally, action 4 lets you generate the reports. Under the criteria, there's 2 important ones you have to choose. First one is a unique code name for the new sysobhs that are about to be created. And this will be prefixed on the front of the file name. So in this case, I'm going to choose FBDA. The next is to choose the directory where those files are. So it's a Sam's Demo included in the SYSTRANS Auditor file. And I'm going to select all 4 actions for this particular run. And press Start to get it started. Okay, so it's gone through and it's done all 4 actions and generated the reports. Now let's look and see what it generated in that directory. Now that SYSTRANS Auditor has been run, let's take a look at the Sam's Demo folder. Firstly, there's a new folder called Copy Codes. This is simply used by the internal process to manage the copy codes. There's a folder called Reports. This is the most important output from the SYSTRANS Auditor. It contains the HTML-based reports. There are 2 sysobhs that were generated automatically by the SYSTRANS Auditor. So in this case, there was one for the DDMs and one for the only natural library SAMs. There's also a file called steplibs. This one is used to enter any natural steplib details that might exist in the natural environment before you run the SYSTRANS Auditor. We could simply rerun it and just choose the last 2 options if we made changes to the steplibs file. Okay, now let's take a look at the reports. If I enter the reports folder and open up the index.html, here we're looking at the reports that were generated by the SYSTRANS Auditor. On the left-hand side, we have a list of the natural libraries, in this case SAMs is the only one, plus one for the DDMs and one for the FTTs. The key data shows the line count and the module count for the whole code base, or broken down into libraries. Beside each library name on the left, we can see that we have 2 missing modules in SANS. And if we look a little closer at what was affected, see that 24 modules were affected. There's a report that shows any step lives that were used. In this case, there were none, but if there were, you'd see them all here. And there were no modules to be ignored. There's another option for entering modules, which is in the instructions. The final step would be to zip up the reports generated by the SYSTRANS auditor and return them. And these are small enough that they could be emailed or FTP'd or whatever process needed. So that's a look at the SYSTRANS auditor tool. If you have any questions, I hope you can contact FPDA. Thank you very much.